Hi there and welcome to the Ellenik Project, where we document our journey of gardening here on the beautiful island of Crete. As you can see, it's a bit foggy today, but most days at the moment, blue sky, sun, a bit of wind. Sounds perfect, but for the garden, this is where things start to get a bit tougher. The sun heats up the soil, moisture evaporates quickly, and plants have to work harder to find water. So, this is actually the perfect moment to start adding mulch. If you're new to gardening or not very familiar with mulch, mulch is simply organic biodegradable material that you place on top of your soil. It comes with quite a few benefits. First, let's look at what mulch actually is. So, mulch, it's organic material, basically. That can be a lot of things. In fact, we mulch all year round using something called chop and drop. We let a lot of wild plants grow in the garden, and when we cut them back, we simply leave them where they fall. It's an easy way to feed the soil with material that's already there. But sometimes that's not enough, and you want to add an extra layer. So you can use things like wood chips, grass, clippings, cardboard, paper, hay, as long as it's organic and can break down. So what does mulch actually do? Well, first of all, it protects the soil from drying out. It blocks direct sunlight and reduces the effect of the wind. It also helps regulate temperature. The soil doesn't heat up as much during the day, and it cools down less at night. It protects against erosion too. When you water or when it rains, nutrients are less likely to wash away. Another nice benefit: vegetables that grow on the ground, like zucchinis, stay cleaner when they rest on mulch instead of soil. And over time, as the mulch breaks down, it feeds the soil and improves the structure. It also creates a great environment for beneficial insects like beetles, spiders and centipedes. Although, in wetter periods, slugs and snails might enjoy it too. That's one of the reasons why I don't really mulch in winter here. It's already quite wet and there's less need for protection. We got these bags of hay from friends who are building a house with clay and straw, which is an amazing project. You should check it out. I'll start with a thin layer, just enough to protect the soil a bit from the sun. Later on, I'll build it up with more layers. I also like to mulch the path between the beds. It looks nice, and over time it will improve the soil there as well. There are a few things to keep in mind though. If you use fresh material like grass clippings, don't apply it too thick right away. It can turn into a wet, smelly layer while decomposing. Better to build it up gradually. Now, wood chips aren't something I have used yet, but I imagine they work best on once plants are more established. For small seedlings, they might be a bit too rough. Cardboard is also a great mulch. Just tear it into pieces and spread it out. But make sure to remove any tape or plastic before you do that. I mainly use it for my path as complete sheets, because on the beds the wind tends to pick it up too easily. Straw and hay can contain seeds. Personally, I'm not too worried about it, but it's something you need to be aware of. Watering. The time where you water matters too. Watering in the morning is always best, but especially with mulch. If you water in the evening, you will create a warm, moist environment overnight, which can lead to mold or mildew. Also, don't place mulch directly against the stem of your plants. Keep a little space around it to prevent rot at the base. And one final thought. If you have areas where plants rely on self-seeding, you might not want to mulch there. That mulch can block seeds from reaching the soil and prevent them from getting enough light. Well, that's it for this video. Let me know if you use mulch in your garden and what works best for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.